Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are around the world or here in the Philippines. We are back. Welcome to the WMC Book Club. I am here again, once again, with our very own WMC graduate, starting up with Achi Janet Nang. And for this episode, we have another member who's recently joining us for our book club, the discussion for our book topic for this month of August. We have Amy Balanial. Ayan, say hi, Amy.
Hi. Welcome,
Ayan.
Amy. Welcome. I'm
Welcome
happy
and
to be
welcome
here.
back. Welcome back to us, Achi Janet. This is our third
Yes,
installment, di ba?
our third installment and very exciting. This is this is quite a book. It's an easy read.
Yeah.
Very thin book, large prints. Kaso lang, grabe ka naman, Kaloy, mag-recommend. Ito na naman. But this one, hindi ko na feeling na kailangan ibato ko yung iPad ko.
Hindi
No, hindi na.
Hinahag mo na siya.
na-digest.
Hinahag mo na.
Hinahag ko na siya. Oo, hinahag ko na.
All right. So, can we show our viewers? Ayan, what book are we going to talk about? Are we going to discuss about today? So, 1, 2, 3. Charan! Ayan.
Ay,
So, the
nawala
title?
yung
Ayan, sige. Yung mga kasama ko kasi mga techie eh.
Teki,
Kaya
hindi nga
naka-ebook
mahanap
sila.
Ayan.
There you go.
Ay,
Ayan.
wait.
So,
Where's the cover?
ayan. So our topic for this session, for our book club session for today, is the 4 agreements. Ayan. So this is the paperback edition, and what they're holding right now is the ebook edition. Okay.
Yeah.
This was originally published in 1997 by the author Don Miguel Ruiz. Ayan. So a little bit of background about Don Miguel. Isa siyang Indian descent in the South America, okay? From the Toltec region. Para siya mga Aztec, mga Inca, mga ganon. Tapos what he's sharing dito sa libro niya is actually it's his first bestseller among other books that he was able to publish through the years. But Don Miguel, this is his bestseller because this one discussed about basically just 4 agreements or 4 virtues na each and every person, they apply this sa buhay nila, they tend to live the life that they choose to live, di ba? They're able to bring about what's best not only in themselves but also in other people. All right? So this is a very, very interesting book, and we'd like to begin by asking a few questions to our members. Ayan. So actually, Janet,
Yes.
what's your general feel or vibe about this book that we've compared to the last 2 that we've discussed?
Actually, and especially going through the first 3 agreements, no, it brought back a lot of pain. A lot of medyo not so good memories from my past, no.
Matawa si Amy para nakaka-relate. All right.
Nakwa, grabe. As in talagang parang halos bawat page na before I would turn the page, may flashback ako. And then the realization na, hindi pala dapat ganun ang naging reaction ko. So, ang nakita ko, it all comes back to me, no?
So while reading it, you're parang retrospection siya ng buhay mo, parang ganun.
Yes, so and what was I'm turning 52 in less than 2 months, okay? I am at that age na parang alam mo yung tinatawag nilang supposedly puro wisdom na because of life experiences, and you know, but reading this book, even in my recent past, may mga nakikita ako na oo nga no, dapat hindi ganun ang ginawa ko or dapat hindi ganun ang naramdaman ko, dapat hindi
Lumitaw na
ganun
naman
ang
si Oo
naging
nga no.
oo.
Lumilitaw siya palagi si Oo nga no.
Grabe. It's a lot of it's a lot of light bulb moments pero hindi siya aha moments na marami siyang parang it was so painful to relive all of this. However, when I got to the fourth agreement, no, that was when everything got tied together, no, na okay, it's not yet too late. Even if I'm in my early 50s, I can still do something about it. I have, if I live a long life, there's still so much in my life that I can do. So many people that I can meet na alam kong pag nakipagkaibigan ako with these people, it can give positive impact in my life. So the fourth agreement kind of blended everything in. Yan.
Right. Saka if you notice the language that the author used is you are the official of your life. Parang he's talking to us di ba?
Yes.
It's
yes.
kind of a personal conversation with the author, So
Very
how about you,
direct.
Amy? How about you, Amy? Anong vibe yung na-embody mo? And can you please share us a little bit about your story on how you were able to read it?
Yes, ito is it's an awakening. Parang reborn. Yes.
Okay.
So 3 months, it's been 3 months and I'm wallowing on myself being self-centered. I'm so disappointed with myself. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm so emotional and it stopped me from doing everything that I can do. Mm-hmm. As in, I have this, it's a mind block. And then,
So you were feeling kind of stuck for the last 3 months.
And because of the values that I have, syempre, I always pray and I always have this connection to God. But, the direction, diba? Who will tell you the direction? Hindi naman, diba? So, I was reading, I was joining communities, and then I downloaded the book when Miss Janet told, this is the book that we were going to read. Yeah. And then 2 weeks ago, nabasa ko yung 1 minute, 1 paragraph praise in Google. Kay Blinkist nga yata yun.
Yeah.
And it talks about this book. And it talks about this book and how this book will change your life. And I said, oh my God, this is the book that I need. Kasi I am asking for a restart. I am asking for a reset. And what would I want to do? Ano reset? How will I do it? In this book, it's exactly what I need. Diba? And I have this community, yung presencing. Mm-hmm. And every day, what they are telling me is exactly what is in this book. And then I realized more of myself. Masasabi mo yung sarili mo na, I'm a feeler, I'm so emotional because I take everything personally. Mm-hmm. But the world is not about me. Diba? And I always assume, I always expect so much from life, from other people. And yun nga, because I have kids, I should talk, diba? Alam mo, this book is so good. I already told my sister to read this. And
really?
I think this can change my life. And how I am more aware of how I talk, especially with my kids. Because diba, we are being molded since we were raised by our parents. Tapos yung pinapass natin to everyone, it is there.
Yeah.
So, diba? So I decided to myself that this is what I will do now to correct.
Wow.
Diba?
Fantastic.
Consciously taking action. Yeah.
And right. Yes, and the action, you have to do the action. Because we have so much ideas. I have so much ideas in my head, but I cannot put it into action because I'm always thinking what other people will think of it.
Yeah.
They don't care about me.
Wow.
Yun eh.
Actually, doon sa mga sinasabi mo, you're already dabbling a little bit of agreement number 2 and number 3, di ba?
Yeah.
So,
if you don't mind, Amy, how many kids do you have?
I have two. I have a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Oh,
So,
maliliit
diba?
pa. Oo.
I realized the things that I've done wrong already. Because of I have the eldest and the youngest. So, ang dami. So little of a book, but so full of realizations.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
True.
Amazing.
That is so
Amazing.
true.
All right, so let's continue on with our discussion. And also, initially, we're just asking you guys, for those of you who are tuning in, we are just about to start discussing the contents of the book. I do hope if you are interested in joining our WMC book club, please contact and hit a private message to Achi Janet Nang. She is the one organizing this book club natin. And I do hope some of you guys, especially in the WMC community, can also join us in our discussions. All right?
Yes.
So
actually, just to clarify, Kaloy, no, the book club is open to WMC alumni, whether you are a certified or an associate wealth planner or estate planner Philippines, no. Yon. So it's open to WMC alumni.
Yeah, just inform us offhand via private message so that we can include you in the loop for our next sessions. All right, so let's discuss first before we talk about the 4 agreements. Initially, let's talk about the first 2 chapters of the book. Kasi very interesting yung first 2 chapters, diba? The first thing that struck me from that chapter is that everything that you knew since childhood is not the truth. So parang sobrang mind blown niya. 90 or 95%, I forgot the exact percentage that Don Miguel Ruiz was able to was stipulating, ano. But 90 to 95% of what you were thought of is wrong.
Yeah.
Diba? And I love what Amy told us a while ago na sinasabi na natutunan ko lang ito sa mga magulang ko at akala ko yun yung tama, pero yun pala I'm having this awareness na hindi pala yun yung tama. So ano yung awareness na yun, Amy? Can you give us some examples of what you've learned or experienced?
So siguro balik ako dun sa sinasabi kasi lagi na I actually write. I wrote so good. Everything that I heard and reflected on. So I've always been told na don't do that. Baka kung ano isipin ng ibang tao. And don't do that because you have to consider other people's feelings. And we are brought up to ask for.
We are hardwired.
Yeah, we are brought up to ask for advice and ask for reassurance to the elders, to my parents. Dad, okay ba to? Mom, okay ba to? Tita, di ba? Parang I am anchored with what their perspective are, not only what I want.
You really are.
Yeah, because I acknowledge them, but it impacts the way I do things.
Yeah. Carry mo yun di ba? May dala-dala kang baggage.
That is what I'm doing in my life. And that is what I am trying to nurture with my kids. But I realize that it's not that. And because of that, we build our perspective from their perspective.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Ate Janet?
Yeah, I'd like to continue yung sinabi ni Amy, no. Sa experience ko naman, it's the same thing, no. It's the same thing. I grew up. Sa akin, it's more of seeking approval. It was so much later on in life that I realized na I have to seek approval from my parents, from friends, from teachers, no? Hanggang sa nung medyo young adult na ako, no? I'm medyo ibang-iba ako before from where I am today, how I am today. You might see me as somebody who is, who can be very comfortable with a large audience, doing a book discussion like this and putting it up for the public to listen to, no? Dati, I'm the exact opposite. It was 180 degrees change for me, no? dati I'm yung typical introvert, tahimik, very much withdrawn, keeping to myself. Sa college nga wala akong clubs na sinalihan because it was
Extracurricular,
never,
wala.
because it
Aral
was
lang,
never
aral.
a requirement. Because it was never a requirement, hindi na ako nag-attempt, no? So that was how I was growing up, no? Pero nandoon yung part of me na sana mas naging malakasan. When I was growing up, nandoon yung sana my teacher would call on to me. Ako naman ang mag-recite or ako naman ang sumali sa
Kumbaga, Achi, parang
program.
sabi nga nung kanta, di ba? Kung maibabalik ko lang.
Nako. Pero it was more of seeking approval, no?
Seeking approval.
And then na-realize ko when when all of a sudden my life changed, and this was probably 15 years ago, no? Na my marriage went down the drain. I got separated, which is para especially sa old fashioned traditional Chinese family, it's a taboo to have that for a daughter and the eldest child to go through such
such an experience.
Such an experience. And it's not even the experience, it's the situation.
Yan.
It's the situation na, hiwalay ka? And then, all these questions happen. That was my parang turning point for me.
Eureka moment.
Na sandali lang. I have to take control of my life. I cannot continue with my life seeking approval from others, because if I continue to seek approval from others, number one, I would stay in a marriage that was already, that already went down the drain. No? To the point na, alam mo, sabi ng mommy ko sa akin, alam mo, kung ayaw mo siyang kasama sa kwarto, hindi mo matiis na nakikita ang mukha niya, di magkahiwalay kayo ng kwarto. Parang, sandali lang, I can't do that. I cannot do that. So I had to take control of my life. So it was a turning point for me. Kaso lang, ang nakita naman nila is a disobedient daughter. No? Unfortunately, this disobedient daughter continued to be disobedient sa mata nila. Pero sa mata ko naman, which is, again, jumping to the other chapters of this book, no? Sino ba ang importante dito sa sitwasyon na to? Who matters the most? Yeah. Who matters the most in this situation? It is me. It is not them. They are the audience. They are the third party. They're the people looking from the outside in. But who is really in the center of this whole situation? My life. It is me. So I have to decide for myself what is best for myself and for my children. So yon. Ayan, painful memory, di ba? Pero okay na, I'm over it. I've moved on.
Wow, grabe, amazing, di ba? So the transition from being fixated on what other people are telling us, kasi ako rin ganun no? I started before na parang you shouldn't do anything that could harm the name of the family. So I always live that parang idea sa isip ko. Pero also, isa sa mga nakuha ko dun sa sharing ninyong dalawa, is that yung idea or tinuro sa atin simula ng pagkabata natin, yung katagang ano na lang sasabihin ng mga kapitbahay natin.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ang daming ganun di ba? So initially, we were thought of like that. So we were living the life of what would other people think about us. But when we are living that life of what other people's judgments are sa atin, we are living not our life, but their life. Diba? Yeah. We are living the life that others have been dictating to us through the years. But at the end of the day, diba? I love what Achi Janet said na would I be dictated, ano? It's not their life that I'm handling, it's my life. So kumbaga, their judgment is based on their judgment. So why should I be affected, no? Because at the end of the day, it's my happiness that I'm looking forward to. It's not other people's judgment naman, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba? At the end of the day, when we are at our beds, 'di ba? Tayo lang naman ang makakapagsabi, have I lived a good life? Have I been happy? Was I able to do the things that I love to do for the benefit of not only myself but also the people around me who are also loved? 'Di ba? Yun ang ano natin, 'di ba? At the end of the day, it's our personal judgment, it's our personal faith. 'Di ba? That matters the most, 'di ba? And of course,
like
our relationship to God on high.
Yeah. And like what you said, Kaloy, 'di ba? At the end of the day, when you go to sleep,
it's just you, eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? It's just you.
When they go to their respective beds, and then when they go to sleep, sila, ano ba yung iniisip nila? Hindi naman about
hindi
you.
Hindi naman tayo, eh. Correct.
Diba? So why concern yourself with their opinion?
Exactly. So I think that's a good entrance natin for the first agreement that we are talking about, which is being impeccable with your word. So for the audience, let me just give a brief background, what is being impeccable with our word. Tsaka baka medyo malalim yung impeccable, eh. So 'di ba? Yung iba hindi masyado ginagamit yun, eh. So let's just change it a little bit. So it's the idea of honoring the words that we speak, okay? Yeah. So according to the book, we should be able to speak with integrity. Say only what you mean and avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Sa'yo, Achi Janet, ano ang tama nito sa'yo? Being impeccable with our word.
The first page of the first agreement, no? Ang talagang na-highlight sa akin, no, is etong phrase na to, why your word? Why your word? Sabi dito, because your word is the power that you have to create. Ibig sabihin, manggagaling siya sa iyo, eh. Hindi siya manggagaling sa ibang tao. Hindi siya binigay sa iyo. Ikaw ang mag-create nun. So, you have it in your hands to do what you want with what you can create. Now, do you want to create something that would bring pain, hurt, evil to yourself and to other people? Or do you want to create something that can bring harmony, joy, satisfaction to yourself and to other people? It is your choice. It is your choice talaga, no? Kaya
so it comes from within talaga, no?
It comes from within, and it's your own creation. Pag nagbitaw ka na ng salita, pag may nabitawan ka na, wala kang pwedeng sisihin kung hindi sarili mo. Pag nagbitaw ka na ng salita, na ilabas mo na yan, wala ka rin pwedeng, to give a pat on the back, but yourself. Diba? You accept the rewards, you gain the rewards, but you have to also accept the consequences.
I think it's very applicable rin sa mundo natin ngayon, ano? Especially with the kind of leaders that we have right now, diba? About the spoken word. For the last decade or so, or for the past generation or so, parang our words are parang they're kind of getting cheap na, eh. Diba? We're always it's not because it's mainly our fault, but because of the environment that we are experiencing and the kind of situations and experiences that are being presented to us. Parang words are now becoming cheap. I remember a specific story, a specific movie, yung The Godfather. Okay? At saka any other parang goons, guns, and gano'n na movie. Kasi they're very particular about this word. Kasi ang sabi nga ni, I forgot basta si Godfather or one of the characters, sabi doon, your word is the only thing that matters. So magkamatayan na lahat, kumbaga, ang magtatakda sa buhay mo is your word.
Yeah.
Diba? Whatever promise na binitawan mo, whatever ideas that you tell the world or you tell you tell other people, kumbaga it all boils down to that eh. It's your integrity eh. The word is tied up, the book ties the word, yung sinasabi natin, yung spoken language natin or maybe written language natin to our integrity eh. Diba? And one of the major lessons that I got this that when I discovered this book, I actually discovered this book when I was still in college. So it's just a refresher for me right now. Pero ngayon ang application ko sa kanya is on a personal level, it's with time. So for example, if we're doing meetings and what have you, I'm always particular about the time. Kasi when I tell, for example, if I'm meeting a client or I'm meeting a recruit or maybe some of my friends, when I say to myself and when I tell them, let's meet ng mga around 10 a.m. today, I'll be there ahead of time. Kasi I know the value of time and I said I would be there. So parang ang reception naman sa akin, pag dumating na ako dun sa lugar na yun, pag makikipagkita na kami or maybe naka-open na yung Zoom, magugulat sila, sabi, hala, bakit ang aga mo? So yung idea na gano'n, yung parang sila pa yung nabibigla. Sabi ko, bakit? For the past year or so kasi, I've been attending online seminars across the globe. Basta may libre, mga business schools na nag-offer ng mga free classes, they always start in time. So parang, ako, naisadiwa ko na yun na parang very important yung time when they say on the dot, 5 minutes before the time, they're already, yung iba nga I attended the seminar sa France, hindi pa open yung Zoom room nila. Pero at exactly mga around 9 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, bigla sila nag-open tapos intro ka agad. Wala na yung mga, oy, kamusta? Mga ganun. Di ba? Usually sa meeting walang hintayan. Kumbaga alas 9 yung punto talaga ang ano nila. So I think that's very striking, and the reception rin that I get from other people is that nung on time ako, parang they became more trusting sa akin. Parang alam nila that I really mean business. So it's actually helping me a lot when I am applying this the first yung first agreement natin, which is being impeccable with our word. When I promise something, I make sure that I do it. If I think I cannot do it. Kumbaga, kasi before nagbibitaw rin ako, sige, gagawin ko yan. Sige, oo lang ako ng oo. Pero when I started parang remember, be impeccable with your word. So parang I often catch myself biting my tongue na parang don't say it if you can't do it. That idea. Don't say it if you can't do it. So how about you, Amy?
So diba, as I've said, I've written what so sabi dito, all the magic you possess is based on your words. And your word is pure magic, and the misuse of your word is black magic. So diba, ako kasi impulsive when I say something out of emotion. Doon tayo sa pangalawa. Out of emotion, I am so reactive. I say words because of feelings. So because of this, I am trying my best to be self-aware, because I am so afraid, may fear daw of what I am going to pass. Kasi we live in a household with kids. Right. So
especially with your kids.
Yeah, so diba? Kasi what I am, it is embedded of what other people told me, diba? The curse that I have in myself.
Yeah.
So with this, yun nga you have to be very careful with your words. And yun nga, lagi namin pinapractice, if you don't have something good to say, not repress it, refrain from saying it. You just stop.
Yeah.
Diba?
Or you get yourself na parang, sandali lang, parang ganun.
Minsan parang gusto kong full blown pero diba, what impact will it be? And ngayon din, when I talk in the social media, when I post, because I want to be encouraged. So I want my post to be encouraging.
Yeah.
That is what the world needs right now.
Yeah, you give out what you want to get in return. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Yeah.
There
Alam mo,
you
in
go.
connection to that, no? Kasi I have 4 young adult kids na ngayon. My bunso turned 19 just last month, no? Sabi niya, Mami, 1 year na lang, wala ka ng teenager na anak. Lahat sila young adult na. So when they were growing up, alam nila when they ask something from me, unless it's something that I can give right away, hindi ko ipinapangako kaagad, hindi ako umuoo kaagad. Ang response ko sa kanila lagi is, let me think about it. Let's talk about it some more. I'll let you know later. Parang ganon, no? Now that they're grown up, they know that's how I respond, no? The thing is, now that they're grown up, mas busy ako, mas busy din sila. So may mga panahon na magtatanong sila, hindi ko may isasagot kaagad. Tapos minsan sa sobrang kabisihan natin mga magulang, nakakalimutan natin silang balikan di ba? Ako, I make it a point to go back to them and talk about it, even if they did not come back to me and ask. And also padagdag sa na-share mo kanina, Kaloy, on top of starting on or being there early so you can start exactly at the time that you promise, is also ending everything na at the time that you promised. Ako kasi when I meet clients, sasabihin ko, it's going to be a 1-hour meeting. So I keep checking my time talaga na magtatapos ba kami ng 1 hour. Yun.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I love the discussion. I love the sharing that we've discussed. Pero first, ano pa lang yan, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are listening to us, di ba? First discussion pa lang yan about the first agreement pa lang.
First agreement pa lang,
diba?
yes.
Which is being honorable with the words that you speak and being impeccable with the words that you say. Ayan. So let's go naman to the second agreement natin, ano? At Jay? Can you share with us what's the second agreement natin?
Yeah, it says don't take anything personally. So
simple, so simple.
My goodness. Alam mo yung with the pinakamaliit na bagay na o-offend ka, and
nakakala mo it's about my whole person, di ba? May ganun di ba?
And what was painful, again, reading through this chapter brought me back to some very painful memories na because of 1 or 2 comments that a very dear friend, no, or someone who's very close to me said before. And this was years ago. It affected the rest of my life.
Right.
It affected the rest of my life. Ang sabi dito, again, in-underscore ko, no? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. So, is it true? Is it true na yung sinabi niya sa akin is the truth? And do I have to accept it as my truth? It can be their truth, how they see me. You know, isa sa mga one very particular comment that was made years ago, no. So a very close friend of mine, and for a time I was dating him. This was after the marriage. This was after the separation and the annulment na, no. For a period of time I was dating him, and ako kasi I grew up loving to sing. Alam mo yung nung high school ako, syempre hindi niya na naabutan ang song hits, di ba? I don't know kung nakakita niyo.
Actually, yan.
Song hits, no?
Siguro. Pero kinabot ko yan.
Yung ang bahay kasi namin, meron kaming lanay na 3 kaming magkakapit bahay, iisa lang ang lanay.
Parang common area.
Common area. So, yung mga kapitbahay, they enjoy it. In fact, when they see me, and I was still little at that time, when they see me, pag nangangapit ba, nakikipaglaro ko sa mga anak nila. Naku, Janet, ang ganda-ganda ng boses mo. So, I really enjoy singing, no? Now, but I never really saw it as a career path.
A career.
It's not that kind of singing. It's just that I enjoy it a lot. So when I started dating this guy, he's very much into music also eh. Ayan, baka marinig niya to. Alam niya siya yung inaano ko. siya na yung pinupunteriya ko ngayon. But he made a comment na masyado kang vibrato, Janet. Masyado kang ganon. Eh nung time na yon, I was active with the church choir. No? And our choir conductor made more or less similar comment, but in a different way.
Okay.
No?
So it's the manner of how they said it, right?
Yes. Ngayon, yung sa choir conductor ko encouraged me to improve myself. Especially when it comes to our rehearsals. Syempre, importante yung rehearsal namin eh, kasi we sing in church almost every weekend, no? So, present ako lagi. So, it was encouraging. Pero with this friend of mine, iba ang dating. Iba ang dating na ang nangyari, ayoko nang kumanta. Nahiya na ako.
Okay.
Even kahit karaoke. Ayoko na. Yan na naging impact sa akin. And then, all of a sudden, I'm reading this comment. Ngayon, ang tanong, you might want to ask me, where is this guy in my life right now? Wala na.
Wala na, oo.
Wala na. You
Pero
know,
the thing that he told you, it's still stuck with you.
Yeah. So parang feeling ko I'm not good enough when it comes to singing, even if it's just singing in a karaoke. No? And
because maybe at that time that person meant to you, di ba? Especially with people who mean the most
so
to us,
much.
Di ba, Ate Janet?
Yeah. Parang ang ano kasi noon, nagtiwala ka eh. Nagtiwala ka sa kanya, so tiwala ka na rin sa mga sinasabi niya. So, but yun, ngayon naiisip ko, did I really agree with him? Siyempre, ngayon, medyo mas may edad na ako, iba na yung dating ng boses ko, pero sayang yung mga ilang taon na sana na tuloy-tuloy kong in-enjoy ang pagkanta ko.
At that point, parang you were holding back na because of the opinion of this person.
Comment, and it was it wasn't even one big discussion about my style of singing. It was
at
little
that
comments.
Situation lang.
It was little comments made here and there, no, during the time that we were together. Little comments na parang, wow, I'm not worth it pala. And hearing this from somebody who is also who was a professional in the music industry, 'di ba? Parang sila yung may authority na mag-comment sa akin eh. Pero
mas nangibabaw tong isang tao na walang background sa ano.
Bakit ganun na naging impact sa akin? So it was it triggered a lot of memories before, but I'm learning from these experiences. I think that is what's most important. Yun.
That's a very profound experience, Ate Janet. Let me just read lang the continuation ng second agreement natin about not taking anything personally. The word that the author uses anything because according to him and according to the second agreement is that nothing others do is because of you.
Yeah.
Yan yung as in unahan pa lang siya.
It's not always about you.
It's not always about you because most of the time what others say and do is a projection of their own reality. Yung tingin nila, their own dream. And when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So I think that pretty much encapsulates the whole yung experience na nangyari sa'yo, Achi, about this person that who means the most to you, na you were able to na-attach ka dun sa sinabi niyang feedback sa'yo. Tama, no? How about you, Amy? Is there anything that reminded you about the second agreement natin?
Yes, for me, awareness talaga.
Awareness.
Yes, I so reflect on this and the things that I have in myself. Talagang that is how I'm being brought and that is what I believe in. So do sinabi dito na personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make assumption of everything is about me. So, 'di ba, parang kasi ako I believe that awareness and self-reflection and when you are honest with yourself that yes, that was me before and this is what I'm trying to do with myself right now. So this is me. So I am taking it to me because yes, I was selfish because I think the world revolves around me. So diba, that is how I was brought up and that is the world that I lived in before.
So were there instances in your life wherein you valued other people's opinion rather than yourself?
Yes. Actually, that is what I'm doing. Parang I realized that that is what I've been doing in the past years of my life. That whatever the other people will say, 'di ba? Minsan sasabi nila napaka-emotional, napaka-iyakin, konting hirap.
Konting kibot lang.
Konting kibot lang, iyak na agad. Because that is me. And because it doesn't really because I believe in them. Because that is what I am showing to the world. Na konting simpleng bagay lang, I take it so heavily in myself. Kaya sabi ko, yes, this is me. And I realized that I should not take anything. Kasi nga, this sometimes, diba? They said, people have their own issues in their life.
Right. At pinoproject ng ibang tao na yon sa atin, yung issue nila.
Yes, one comment that they have, kasi masyado mo tinitake personally, oo, ako nga yun. Di ba? Parang ina-assure, parang, oo nga, ba't niya alam na ganun ako? But it's there. It's their own projection.
It's their own projection, right.
Yeah.
Di ba? Sabi
How about you?
Parang ang dami kong palang na-miss na opportunities because I take everything personally. Baka, di ba, sayang.
Yeah. Nag-hold back sa'yo.
Yes.
Right.
Ikaw, Kaloy.
Natawa talaga ako dito. Natawa ako, iyak ako, and oh my God, talagang oh my God pala.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, Ate Janet?
How about you, Kaloy? Kamusta? Ano yung particular experience? May mga naalala ka ba from your past when you read through the second agreement?
Yeah. Very memorable sa akin. There was this one instance. It was during my first job as a stockbroker. Kasi at the onset of that, it took me a while before I could get my first job. During that time, my friends are starting na. Parang bago pa mag-graduate, may trabaho na yung iba sa kanila. Eh ako yung estudyante na parang I did well academically. I also meron na rin ako mga leadership position noon. I was able to lead a certain organization before. So parang I was not the person that ang belief ko noon, I was not the person na you would least expect na who will not get a job initially. Noong time na yun, pagka-graduate ko. Pero yun nga, it took a while, like more than 5 months after my graduation, before ko nakakuha ng una kong work. And then this boss of mine, parang sa ganun na kaagad yung thinking ko sa sarili ko na parang I'm not good enough, na parang others are, kasi may mga connection sila, ako hindi ko na build yun. Yung mga ganun na kaagad na mga negative connotations and belief na sa akin. So this boss of mine, so parang ang feeling ko nung tinanggap niya ako, parang latak na lang ako. So parang sinabi na yung first day ko, naalala ko, because I was working for a really large firm, pero it's just a relatively small firm but working for a larger client. Okay, I was handling the trades noon of National Bookstore, so the family of National Bookstore.
Okay.
And then my first day, I vividly remember this because naiyak ako. First day ko sa job, naiyak ako kasi tumawag yung may-ari ng National Bookstore. Kinausap ko, "Hi sir, ang bilin lang sa akin on first day on the job ko, sagutin mo lang yung tawag, sabihin mo wala ako." Nilayasan ako ng boss ko nung first day ko. Iniwan niya ako sa trading floor, the youngest guy in the trading floor with all of the people around me who I don't know. At kami lang dalawa talaga magkatabi nun, pero iniwan niya ako, "Ikaw muna dyan, Kaloy. Alis muna ako." Tumawag yung may-ari ng kumpanya, nagpapatrade. Nung time na yun, hindi pa ako pwedeng gumalaw kasi parang you learn the ropes muna, ganun. Tapos sabi ko, "Ay sir, wala po kasi dito. Can you call the office na lang po?" So I have the office naman kasi namin, not in the trading floor, pwede mag-execute ng trade. So sabi nung matanda, "Okay, sige, thank you." Baba ng telepono. So I thought I did a pretty good job. Tapos may tumawag ulit. Sabi ko, "Hello, good morning po. This is blah 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 security." Sabi niya. Tapos, PI ka. Sabi ko, "Yes sir, yes sir." "Oo." Sabi ko, "Alam ba kung sino yung kausap mo kanina?" Sabi po, "Sir, sino po sila?" "Ito yung may-ari. Ako yung anak ng may-ari. Bakit binabaan mo ng telepono yung tatay ko? Bakit ayaw mo execute ng trade ng tatay ko?" Yung anak ang tumawag. So bali apo ng may-ari na. Ang kausap ko yung tatay niya. PI ka, ganyan. Yun ang sinasabi niya sa akin na parang ang tanga-tanga mo naman, ganito lang gagawin mo, ganyan. Tapos blang! Ganun. So pagbaba ko ng telepono, it was 15 minutes before lunch break kasi may bell yun may lunch break
Yeah.
Baba ko yung telepono, nanginginig ako. Sabi ko, uuwi. I was supposed to eat lunch there, pero sabi ko, uuwi ako ng bahay, hindi ko kaya po. Uwi ko sa bahay, umiyak ko sa nanay ko. Sabi ko, Ma.
No.
So parang, that instance talaga, it really struck me. So for the last 2 years that I was there, just to finish my contract, so I thought of myself as parang atchay lang ako. You just need to do what they tell you to do. But other than that, you have no value. Parang you're just there just to execute trades. So I was living at that life for 2 years. So
that must be a very long 2 years.
That was a very long 2 years. Tapos that's when I decided I walked into Sun Life and the rest is history. So talagang nobody invited me here, nobody invited me to Sun Life. So I just tried. Kasi nga nung time na yun, parang sabi ko, if I'm going to take this as I am na, and I'm going to move on this life na with ganitong thinking, hindi ako makakausad. Hindi ako makaka-proceed. That's the time when this book, when I saw this book again sa bookshelf ko, na sabi ko, no. It's only their projection.
Yeah.
So it's not mine. It's their own judgment, but I can choose to live the life that I want to.
Yeah. It's not really who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yun. So pero ngayon daily, it's still a constant struggle about self-worthiness, Syempre may mga ano pa yan, may mga clawback pa yan na ideas na para especially if we are experiencing, like for example right now, downtimes, 'di ba? Ng mga buhay natin dahil we're just here at home, 'di ba? You're thinking these different thoughts lang. So in lang. So I think the second agreement is very timely rin for the situation that we have right now. It's not everything that other people are telling us. It's our truth. At the end of the day, we still determine our own truth talaga about who we are and how we show ourselves to other people.
And especially with social media, so readily available for everybody right now, it is so difficult to peel yourself away from people's opinion because it is there. Diba? It is there. And it is so many opinion. Tapos, pag may nag-viral ng isa, naku, there's a tendency, diba, yung tinatawag nilang may mga nagtotroll. Pag may nag-viral, you would think that it's the whole world's opinion of a particular person or a particular situation.
There are influencers nga po na I've read in the New York Times kasi I've also been reading New York Times articles that there are influencers na talagang sikat. When you say their name, you would really have may recall ka. Pero they stopped already kasi because of these trolls, because of these people who you don't really know them personally, but their words really have parang they have value in you na dapat wala naman talaga So I think very up nga tama yung sinabi mo, Achi Janet, yung mundo natin ngayon na parang we are living the world right now where we are full of masks na. Puro hindi mo na alam hanggang saan hindi mo na alam kung sino ka talaga because of all of this information bombarding you.
Correct. Kaya kailangan mag-ingat when we have to have a better discernment of what we feed ourselves.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. So, let's proceed to the third one. The third agreement natin. Ayan. So I do hope you guys who are listening to us, who are tuning in with us, are also if you have any comments or suggestions, if you'd like to share rin or any realizations that you got from our discussion dito sa the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, please do type it in the comment section below, or you can even message us if you think this our topics that have picked a nerve or struck you. All right, so let's go to the third agreement, which is discussing naman about assumptions. Ayan. So mga assumptionista pala. Mga assumptionista. Because the third agreement is don't make assumptions. Ayan. You find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. You communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. So wow, very profound yung third agreement natin, which is never making assumptions. Yes.
Si Amy biglang natawa
Yun nga Sige nga Amy, ano ba?
Na-curious ako.
Bakit Amy, assumptionista ka ba?
I realize that I am so much and more issues in my life are based on my assumptions. Diba? Talagang itong book na to, it really resonates with me and it talks to me from the heart. Naalala ko na one time, meron kaming misunderstanding ng asawa ko. And I said, maghapon ako mayroon akong errands maghapon ako, hindi mo man lang ako naalala. You did not even ask me, how am I? Kumain na ba ako? Mga ganon. Kasi I am assuming you be sweet to me kasi inutusan mo ako. Parang ganon. I'm expecting you to think of me when I'm doing this, maghapon ako sa labas And then, alam mo yun, parang pagdating ko sa car, umalis, parang ayoko pang umuwi, I mute out. Sabi ko, dito muna.
Zone out ka.
Yes, parang nag-stop muna ako sa coffee shop. Sabi ko, magkape muna ako. Kahit hindi, ang tamis nung milk tea nila. Hindi ko naubos. Pero sabi ko, dito muna ako. Tapos alam mo yun, I exploded in the car. Inaway ko siya. Ang dami ko sinabi. Kasi siya nagsasalita. Sabi ko, yun lang naman ang kailangan ko. Bakit hindi ko maintindihan? Ganyan, wala ko naalala. Tapos after, pinag-iyak na ako. Siyempre, di ba? Take everything personally. Iyak na ako. And then, after nun, parang pinabayaan lang niya ako. Pinabayaan na lang ako umiyak, mag-drama. Kasi I'm a drama queen. That sabi. Di ba? The truth is that I'm trying to fix my life. So yun, minsan yung overthinking ako because of I am assuming things to happen and it won't happen. And parang sabi nung asawa ko, you should have asked. Diba?
There you go.
Because I am, busy ako, maghapon ako sa meeting. Diba? Parang I'm expecting so much from him, pero he has something important. I am important. But he has something on his plate. Because siyempre, employees, you have meetings talaga naman. And sabi niya, I did not text you kasi alam na daw niya na magdadrama ako. Pagod na pagod ako. Kasi, which is true. That is what I will tell him. Parang mawawala lang din siya sa focus sa ginagawa niya. And when you make assumption, you make things,
kumbaga, good naman talaga intention niya. Yeah. Pero ang dating sa'yo, parang pinabayaan mo ko. Di mo kinintindi. Parang gano'n.
Tapos sabi niya, sunduin kita. Sabi niya, hindi na kaya kong magbiyahe mag-isa.
Nox naman.
So, diba? Tapos yun nga, we ghost. we make assumption. And
Yeah.
pag we make assumption, we instill in other people what we want. Diba?
Yeah.
What we believe in. Hindi
Yeah.
naman gano'n.
Correct.
Kasi nga, we don't have the courage to ask questions. So
There
from
you
this
go.
moment on, if I want something, I want to know something, I will ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
the value that we can also get from the third agreement, which is don't make any assumptions, is to provide clarity, ano. If you don't really understand, if ang reception natin doon sa sinasabi sa atin nung kausap natin or nung other party naka-deal with natin is it's best for us to clarify things before we move forward, ano. Wouldn't you agree, Ate Janet? Ikaw naman, are there any instances na assumptionista ka rin?
Ay, nako, grabe. Sobrang nakarelate ako sa kinuwento ni ni Amy. Sabi dito, the problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth, no? Ang problema dito, tayo lang ang naniniwala na yun yung katotohanan. You know, it's such a simple sentence, no? But that was what stood out, that we believe that they are the truth. Tayo lang. Hindi naman natin shinare sa you know, the person who will be affected with this supposed truth, no? Na ito ang paniniwala ko, ito yung pananaw ko. And it's better kasi in both situations, whether you assume first and jump into a conclusion, no, or you provide clarity first bago magkaroon ng assumption. Communication. Pareho lang yan. It's the same strategy that we're going to use, no? Same medium that we're going to use. It's communication. So, do you want to communicate your assumptions, what you're feeling, how it is affecting you? Nung nasa dulo na, nasasabog ka na, aawayin mo na yung asawa mo, or do you want to communicate it from the very start? Tulad ng sabi ni Kaloy, provide clarity first para hindi na mauwi sa di pagkakaintindihan. Meron din na isang line that kind of jumped out on me, no? Sabi dito, we make the assumption that everybody or everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. When it is not, no? It is not. This is the biggest assumption that humans make. So, you know, let's not find fault sa ibang tao kasi I think it is human nature. Everybody
Hindi
is
tayo
like
bananas
that.
and pajamas. Naisip mo ba, naisip ko B1? Gano'n,
No.
di ba?
No, we are not,
like
di ba? So,
that's right.
ang nakakatakot doon is kapag nag-assume ka at nauwi sa di pagkakaintindihan, baka tuluyan ng masira yung relationship. Kasi at the end of it all, what do you value the most? Is it you, opinion mo, kung ano yung nasa isip mo, or is it the relationship with this other person who will be affected by what you are thinking? Yun.
Most of the relationships that we deal with life, di ba? Yung mga people that we encounter, most of the time, nagkakaroon ng separation or nagkakaroon ng lamat yung sitwasyon natin or relationship natin the moment that we start receiving information different from what other people are truly expressing, diba? Like for example, I love the story that you shared with us a while ago, Ate Janet, about this person nga who was very important with your life na talaga nag-stick sa'yo. So maybe at that instant siguro, no, he only want what's best for you. Pero ang dating sa atin, it's a negative connotation na. Tama?
Yeah.
Like for example rin yung kay Amy a while ago, which is I only did this to the mind of her husband. I only did this because I love you. So the end result is talagang love eh. Pero yun nga, dahil nga sa miscommunication, nauna yung drama, nauna yung iyak, na hindi mo ko naintindihan, di ba? Hindi natin talaga na-root out yung talagang main purpose or yung main objective ng other party because we were already so fixated with our assumptions doon sa sitwasyon na yun. And I love the sharing that we are having right now. Siguro for me naman, one instance that I could share is with my mom. Kasi I'm also living here I'm still living here with my parents kasi it's not only economical for me, but so ayun, it's also a choice then. So
it's a smart move, Kaloy. It's a smart move.
Yes. So there's an instance wherein there are instances kasi na I'm not able to join them for lunch or for breakfast kasi I already have an early morning meeting or a meeting that's transitioning towards the afternoon. So there was one instance na parang for a few days na hindi ako nakakasabay sa kanila na parang my mom was asking me na parang wala ka na bang oras sa amin? Wala ka na. Tapos ganun rin katulad nung kay Amy. Tapos sabi ko, man naman, hindi mo ba naintindihan? Kailangan ko kumita. Wala tayong pambayad na kuryente. Wala tayong ganyan. Ganun na. Tapos pagbalik ko sa kwarto, so parang I left our conversation na parang pag upo ko, sabi ko, shit, bakit ko sinabi yun? Sorry for the French, pero parang sinabi ko sa sarili ko, bakit ko nasabi yun? Parang I started now seeing myself in her shoes na parang tayo na lang nasa bahay. Tapos parang hindi pa tayo nakikita-kita. Kumbaga yung kainan na lang talaga natin ng lunch at saka dinner tayo na nagkakausap-usap. So, yun ang mga na ano sa akin, yun ang mga realizations ko dito sa not making assumptions na parang I thought before na kailangan lang sumabay ka doon kasi ako magulang mo, kailangan sabay-sabay tayo kumain. Pero yun pala, it's coming out from the idea na let's have a conversation naman because I'm your parent, I'm your mother. I also want to know what's happening in your life. Diba? And it's also for me rin as a child or as their son na parang to also check up on them because I don't realize it but they're like me. I'm also getting old. They're also getting old then. Tapos maybe this pandemic is this lockdowns that we're experiencing right now are instances wherein we tend to get ourselves off with the idea na parang life just moves on. Kumbaga you learn to appreciate rin the lives that are fleeting, the situations that are fleeting, ano, and it's yun lang, parang why waste your time assuming na parang they're out to get you, parang hinuhuli kita, parang ganon, pero hindi naman pala, it's something
hindi naman yun
else.
ang intention nila.
Which is sabi nga ni Don Miguel, ano, this should be coming from the expressed need for clarity, and of course at the end of it yung pinaka-root niyan, it's because of love, diba? Ayan, so grabe, sobrang deep ng discussions natin, but sure hope you guys are learning a lot, ano, and I believe you also have certain realizations, and we'd love to hear your story. So if you'd like to share with us your story and also your realizations, please type down in the comment section anything that you realized during our conversation, and maybe hit us rin with a personal message if you'd like to join us for our future discussions. All right? So, with the final agreement, so ito na, pinaka-importante, and I believe this agreement also ties everything up, ano, Amy, ano, and Achi Janet, ano, which is always doing our
do
best.
Your best. Yeah.
So according to Don Miguel Ruiz, your best is going to change from moment to moment. So paiba-iba daw yung masasabi nating best natin. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to when you are sick. But under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Ayan. So how do you take this into context, Achi Janet?
Well, ang sabi rin dito, no, kasi it is different. Our best, no, our personal best, our 100% is different from moment to moment, from situation to situation, different aspects of our lives, no. iba rin ang kino-consider nating best, tinitignan nating best sa sarili natin as opposed to how other people see our best. No. So I think we also have to be mindful about that. Meron kasing mga comment dyan na, kaya mo pa, Janet, sige pa, ibigay mo. For example, gamitin na natin itong industriya natin, no? Nandun yung mga managers na kapag na-hit mo na yung target mo,
more
pa, kaya mo pa. May ilang buwan ka pa naman no? Pero you've already provided yourself with a target and you've already reached that target. And for you, for this particular year,
that's enough na.
Or for this particular quarter, it is enough for you. Ito na yung the best for you. Tapos sa susunod na quarter or sa susunod na taon, gawa ka ulit ng another goal, no? Another best na gusto mong i-achieve, no? So nangyayari yun na again, wag nating gamitin na maging sarili nating opinion ang opinion ng ibang tao, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Another thing that kind of popped out for me here is, sabi niya, if you try too hard to do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is needed, and in the end your best will never be enough.
Right.
No? So
at the end we'll just be exasperated lang, ano?
Exactly. Tsaka you will never be contented, you will never be satisfied. So nasaan yung
pumapasok yung
joy?
Self-abuse.
Yes.
Correct.
Nasaan yung joy in the little victories, no? In those achievements that you've had, if at the end of the day you still see it as not enough for you.
Parang am I never going to be good enough for anyone?
Exactly.
Yes. Parang yung kanta yan doon sa The Greatest Showman, di ba? Never enough. Never, di ba? Take it away, Ate Janet.
Ay, nako. Tsaka na, pag nag-karaoke na tayo.
There yun. How about you, Amy? Ayan. Ano ang reception sa'yo or ano yung dating sa'yo na doing your best?
Every day, I'm hearing that with my son on my first grade. The teachers always say, okay, kids, just do your best.
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya na-apply ko talaga sa buhay ko. Okay, kids, just do whatever you do your best. And I say, yes, tama nga naman. You should do your best. Kasi minsan, pero yun nga, I'm talking on the space of Achi na sometimes when you know where are you coming from, diba? Maybe sometimes your best is just living the day. Diba? Because we have
especially with our current environment right now.
Yes.
Like, alam mo dito sa bahay, parang nasasawa na kami din. Time na nasasawa kami sa isa't isa. Parang it feels so suffocated. Nung una, saya. Yung una, so happy being together, making up for the time lost when we are so busy with our lives. Pero ngayon, diba? Sometimes may time na yung in terms of our business, magpo-prospect ba ako, magka-client ba ako? Parang I'm so exhausted. I just want to lie down. And for me today, it is the best thing that I can do. Diba? Kasi minsan you have to look after din for yourself. You're doing something, parang busy ka. And what is happening when you're so busy with yourself, with the work, with the kids, with your dreams? What is happening to you? You're so tired. So ito yung clarity na iniisip ko, anong best ba? Kasi di ba Kaloy, parang last year, I think last year was my best year. And the first quarter was my best year. And then, nandun ako sa second quarter. So what? What is next for me? Where do I want to go from here? So yun. So you have to know what the best is, what makes you happy. So what will make you happy? And yun nga, yung action kasi minsan, di ba? You have so many ideas in your mind, but you cannot put it into action kasi ang dami ang dami mong parang feeling mo, ang dami mong kailangan
Naka-cloud na.
Yeah.
Tapos hindi mo na alam kung alin yung kailangan mong simulan. So talagang yung time na yung moment ko, I tune out. I choose what to attend to, what meetings to do, what groups to join. Because, di ba, we will explode. And sometimes you will not give out your best if you're not in the best shape of yourself.
Yes. Yes. So agree with that.
Doing your best is being good to yourself. Yun lang sa akin. Not being
Wow.
That is
wow.
powerful.
That is for you.
That's so powerful. Can you repeat that, Amy?
Ulitin natin.
Ulitin natin.
Okay, doing your best is nawala natin. May mga ganun doing
Yun yung mga magaganda eh. Yung parang pag nasabi mo, biglang parang, oh my God, yun pala talaga yun, di ba?
Oo, doing the best for yourself. Kasi at the end of the day, when we do our best, to whom? Diba?
Yeah.
Sabi ko, minsan sabihin nila, ano yung why mo? What is your deepest why? So, my deepest why is my family. I want to buy for this. But if you look into yourself, what do I want? Diba? And if you want the best for yourself, it will be the best for other people too.
Right. Parang yun yung question ni Pastor Rick Warren, dun sa kanyang purpose-driven life, what on earth am I here for? Diba? Am I just here struggling aimlessly, or am I working towards a specific purpose or goal?
Yes.
Tama, no? So, I love the discussion. I love the sharing. It really.
I will have to go back to the recording. You see something out of because that is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is so authentic kasi lumalabas talaga naturally from you.
Yeah. Exactly. Na-experience na rin namin ni Ate Janet for the past 2 sessions, di ba?
Yung mga aha moments namin.
Yung mga yung mga ganon.
Ikaw, Kaloy, what is your overall view getting to the 4th agreement?
Yeah. For me, this really boils down to the idea of self-judgment. Yung last 3 words na dinescribe ni author natin, si Don Miguel, which is self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. I love your story, Ate Janet, a while ago, which is, na-achieve ko na yung goal ko, pero may nagpupush pa rin sa akin Na parang I am torn between 2 roads. One being, is this person seeing something else in me? Or is this person really up to his or own benefit lang? Kasi may ganun may ganun na tayong experiences ngayon Another, I have this little conspiracy theory of mine about the idea of results, that at the end of the day, we are going to experience judgment if the results does not equate to the amount of effort that we give into. Kumbaga, our world is so fixated with results na kailangan para ma-prove mo yung sarili mo, you need to have this. You need to achieve this. Pero at the end of the day, that's prone to self-abuse and to self-judgment. So ibig sabihin, pag hindi ko na-achieve yan, di ako magaling. So ibig sabihin, pag hindi ko na-achieve yan, I'm not a good provider to my family. Yeah. Hindi Parang, because we are so fixated with the result that we tend to forget that there's effort involved, there's planning involved, and there's a lot of factors involved in that if you're able to achieve that. So I think that's what's scary about the world that we're living in na parang since result oriented tayo masyado, that we tend to forget the process of going there. Kasi for me right now in the area of my life right now, in what I've been planning to do, and with the goals that I have set na for myself, na parang I value more the process rather than the result, because I know that if I just stick with the process, I just stick with my guts and with my own values and what I want to achieve, because these are the things that I want train for myself, and I believe that I am able to do that for myself. If I'm just going to stick with that, the results would just follow. The results are just the byproduct of that effort, and the results would come because I did my best.
Yeah.
Because I determined for myself that this particular day, this particular time, if I'm going to do the best of my abilities that I can do, not what other people are telling me that na hindi yan yung best mo, hindi yan yung best mo. Ikaw ba ako?
Yeah.
Nararamdaman mo ba nararamdaman ko? Nandito ka ba sa sitwasyon ko ngayon? Paano mo masabi na hindi pa ito best ko? 'Di ba? Yun yung hindi natin na it's one thing to push people. It's another thing to really step and be emphatic about what they're really experiencing in their life right now, especially in this environment right now na we are so bombarded mentally, physically, and emotionally all throughout, diba? Even if we are just in the confines of our own home, diba? So that for me, especially right now sa na-experience natin yan yung best lesson sa akin na in order for me to stop judging myself, na parang, have I did my best? Instead of asking that question sa akin, ginawa ko ba yung best ko? Ita-transform ko na lang yon into, nag-Korean heart tuloy ako. Ita-transform ko na lang yon into something na just do your best. So it's not a question, I converted the question into an actionable step. Just do your best. Okay, no judgment, no abuse, no regret. So at the end of the day, wala kang regret, ginawa mo yung best mo Diba? So I can sleep soundly at night knowing for a fact that today I did my best. I did what was due to me.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Not saying that the destination is not important, diba? But yung destination, like what you said, it's always the byproduct, no? And you can always move the target. Diba?
Exactly.
You reach a destination, you move the target a bit further.
Right, because it's our life at the end of the day. Right?
Exactly. But the experience that you go through is the journey itself Diba?
Right.
Ma-achieve mo nga yung destination mo kung hindi ka naman naging masaya sa pinagdaanan mo, will that destination, will that result, will that achievement matter as much to you?
Right. So that's also the reason why we encounter people nakala natin biglang milyonaryo, kunyari mga nanalo sa loto o kaya nag-MDRT na bago lang tapos come into next year biglang nasaan na to? Ano na nangyari sa mga tao na to? Biglang nawala na sila. Because hindi buo yung process Hindi consistency, hindi siya persistent.
Yeah.
So I think yun rin yung boiling down do sa last agreement natin which is doing your best. The process is really what makes a person do it consistently well and with precision and integrity all throughout
Yeah.
So yun. All right. So there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen. Yan, we just finished our discussion and I do hope you are still with us. Even though we've been talking for more than an hour already. So yeah, especially for our audiences who are still tuning in at this part of our conversation. So yeah, and so let's just wrap up things with the final realizations and final conclusions from the book that we've read for this session entitled The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So let's start with Amy. Amy, any final thoughts on the book that we've read? Any realizations?
I write this last night. So sabi ko dito, because of this book, I have become aware of the words I'm speaking. Especially with my kids. And I'm transferring the poison or I'm putting them into black magic. And yun sigurong to take action. Because really, this book is the direction that I want to be. I want to have a restart. I asked God, I want to have a reset. And this is exactly the reset that I need. The agreements that I will cultivate within myself. Kasi kailangan nating palitan the bad agreements that we have. Because sabi nga, it cannot be in the same space, the good and the bad. So you have to pick out the bad and replace with something good. So I super love this book. It really resonates with me. And I am excited to have the good dream of heaven on earth. Diba?
Yes, the new heaven under earth.
I I noticed din na somehow nababawasan na din yung pagiging emotional ko. Akala ko may iiyak na naman ako ngayon. Kasi I'm like that. And yun nga when I believe that I am one step closer to that good dream. So yun. Thank you, Kaloy, for this book. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Wonderful,
And thank you for
Amy.
accepting our invitation to join the WMC Book Club.
We are blessed na nakasama ka namin, diba?
Excited to talk more of like this.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Looking forward sa susunod na mga discussions natin. Dapat nandiyan ka lagi.
Yes.
Ayan.
How about you, Ate Janet? Any final realizations?
Like what I said kanina, going through each of the agreements brought me back to a lot of painful memories before na because of all of these experiences, I became who I am today, no? Pero ang kagandahan niyan, hindi lahat na naging bad experiences affected me the same way. Yung iba, naging motivation for me to do better. Like for example, I grew up being told na, Janet, you will never amount to anything. Janet, you're in school, you're very much average. So wala kaming expectation masyado sa'yo, no? Janet, wala ka nang sinasandalan na asawa, no? Ano na mangyayari sa buhay mo?
Parang,
no?
kawawa ka naman, parang ganun lang.
Hindi.
Hop.
Ayan.
Okay.
Ayan. Hindi nga kawawa eh. It's more like, you could have done better. Parang ganon. You could have done better, no? But look where I am today. No, so yung ibang naging opinion ng ibang tao in my past about what I was going through before brought me to where I am today. Hindi man ako kumakanta na ngayon, pero
you still have a voice inside of you that's singing your own tune. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kaloy. That is beautiful. Pero I was able, by God's grace, I was able to provide for 4 kids, and ngayon I have one kid who already graduated. She graduated from LaSalle, I think 2 or 3 years ago, double major. Now she's working. Recently, just about a couple of months ago, she was promoted sa work, tapos with higher pay. No, so I'm very proud of her. Tapos I have another daughter who is about to finish her master's degree in Sydney, Australia. No, na I'm supporting her education, but she is working to take care of her other expenses, rent, food, yung mga konting niya sa hilig niya sa buhay, no? Lahat yan galing na sa sarili niyang bulsa. I'm very proud of that. And then I have 2 younger kids who are in yung anak kong lalaki, yung pangatlo, is on his first year sa university sa Melbourne, no? So Monash University, and he is determined to finish actuarial science. My goodness. Yung palang parang...
Wait lang, ilong ko.
Ay,
Dinugo.
diba? Bago nga ako nagbayad ng unang taon na tuition fee niya, tinanong ko, sabi ko, Joshua...
Sigurado ka ba dyan?
You've talked to a friend of mine. Kasi I have a friend who is a... department head ng actuary sa isang insurance company, and I had them talk about this, no, the life of an actuary, no. Sabi ko, Joshua, sigurado ka ba? 'Di ba? Maraming licensing pa yan, marami ka pang exam na. No, ma'am, I know. Uncle Tax has already mentioned everything to me, and I still want to push through with it. So that's a huge pat on my back na naman, di ba? That, oh, I must have done something good as a parent to be blessed with these children. My bunso, my fourth, is doing very well sa final year niya sa foundation. So next school year, she's stepping into the university first year, and she has been very determined to finish as a psychologist. No, gusto niyang mag-masteral, and then gusto rin niyang mag-PhD. May plano na siya. Sabi niya, after my masteral, I will take care of my own PhD. Mami, wala ka nang gagastusin. Ako na ang, you know, so parang, tapos nandun yung sinabi niya sa akin na kailangan bago ako mag-asawa, kailangan I'm already a successful professional, because I don't want to lean on my future husband on an income, on the income that I need. I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. Where did that come from? Diba? So, regardless of what happened in my past, I was able to become the person that I am today. Not perfect, so many flaws in a lot of aspects of my life, but looking at myself, again, not taking the world's opinion personally, no, and not assuming that the world's opinion should be how I view my life also, no? I am seeing myself as somebody who has done something good with my life. Yun. And even at my age, I can continue to do my best with whatever is left, no? Transitioning to become an empty nester, doing a succession plan in my business, and who knows, ending up with a better relationship than what I had in the past, di ba? So,
right. So you still have a life ahead of you.
Still a lot of life ahead of me, di ba? Yeah. So yun. How about you, Kaloy? Kumusta ang naging overall impact ng 4 Agreements sa'yo?
Well, this 4 Agreements book is kind of like a refresher for me. Ever since I've encountered this book, and one major realization that maybe we could end with this with our session for this morning is that at the end of it all, if we're going to look at each and every agreement that we've talked about, these are all basic.
Yes.
And I think these are all basic na even if you tell this to a child, they will get it.
Yeah.
Diba? And that's the thing, diba? When we go through life, when we course through our life, we just tend to complicate things. But at the end of the day, if we're going to dig up the root of it all, it's just for this particular book, it's just for basic stuff. Okay, don't say anything that you aren't able to keep. Don't base your judgments sa sarili mo on what other people are saying about you. So it's very important to also know about who you really are. Diba? You have that identity with you that is not dictated by other people. You also have this idea of if things are cleared with you, if things are not if you think there's something more into what people are saying, then you ask questions. Diba? Diba we tell that to our kids, diba? Or if it's not clear, do you have any questions? Pero diba natabunan na yun sa buhay natin we just assume stuff na lang And then at the end of the day, in order to avoid this regrets, diba yan yung idea na sana pala, ganito yung ginawa ko, just do your best. Diba? And there are no judgment, there are no abuses, and there are no self-judgments that can stop you. So long as you do what is necessary and you do what is best for you. And I think that pretty much wraps up our discussion for this session. I'd like to thank most especially our members who are here at the WMC Book Club. Amy, our newest member, and hopefully a long time stay na rin moving forward. Yes. And of course, on behalf of Achi Janek Nang, and of course of the board members of the WMC, Attorney Leo Cabrera, Sir Jong Merida, and Mr. Ricky So, and Sir Ferdy Valdivia, and of course Paulo Cabrera, This has been your podcast host. Podcast, talaga inano na podcast. This has been your host.
Own it, Kaloy.
Own it. This has been your facilitator, not your host, for our book club for this month of August. This has been Kaloy Felipe with Achi Janet Nang. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are around the world or in the Philippines. Please be safe even if you are already vaccinated. Please take care of your health. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang araw sa ating lahat. Thank you.
Bye.